My name is Judas, and this is what really happened. I know what they say about me. That I betrayed Jesus, that I'm the reason he died. And maybe that's true. But I want you to hear it from me, not from what they wrote down later, not from the ones who left me out of the story. I was there, I lived it, and I need to tell you what really happened. I wasn't always the villain before all of this. I was just a man with questions, with anger, with hope. I grew up watching soldiers drag people out of their homes. I saw taxes break families. I saw priests turn their backs on the poor, and I kept thinking, where is God? They said he was coming. The Messiah, a savior, a king who'd make things right. And when I met Jesus, I thought that was him. He wasn't like the others, didn't play politics, didn't beg for power. He walked into towns like he already owned nothing and everything. He looked at people like he could see their soul, and they followed. I followed. He wasn't what I pictured. No throne, no sword. But there was power in him, quiet but real. At first, I thought he was just hiding it, waiting to reveal who he really was. We all had our reasons for following. Some needed healing, some wanted meaning. Me, I wanted freedom. For my people, for my country, and honestly, for myself. I thought Jesus would be the one to start the revolution, the fire, the change, and when he called me, I said yes without even thinking. I believed, but we didn't understand what kind of king he was. Not then. He didn't come to take the throne, he came to lay himself down, and that was the beginning of my confusion. We walked everywhere, miles and miles, through dust, heat, cities, villages, no plan, no map, just him. He'd say,
"Let's go."
And we went. We slept outside most nights, on dirt, under trees. Sometimes someone would offer us a place. Usually they didn't. We ate what people gave us, bread, fish, sometimes nothing. There were days I went to bed hungry, but he never complained. Not once. He was kind, but different. He didn't laugh like the rest of us, didn't panic when things got bad. He'd just pause, go off by himself, pray. Sometimes he'd disappear for hours. We'd wake up and he'd be gone, come back like nothing happened. He said strange things.
The last will be first. Lose your life to find it. Blessed are the poor.
I'd look around and think, how? What kind of kingdom is this? He talked about love, but he also talked about death, his own, a lot, and I hated it. It felt like he was giving up before it even began, like he didn't see what was happening around us. But still, I stayed, because I saw what he could do. He healed people, real people. Blind eyes, crippled legs, even the dead. And when he spoke, crowds followed. Thousands, they believed, and I kept thinking, this is it. Any day now, he's going to take control. He's going to rise up. He's going to change everything. But every time we got close, he pulled back. He'd say things like,
"My kingdom is not of this world."
And I'd feel that fire in my chest again, that doubt, that anger. But I didn't leave. I couldn't, because deep down, I still wanted to believe. That maybe he just needed the right moment, that maybe he just needed a push. It started small, just little things, moments I didn't understand. I kept thinking, maybe he's waiting. Maybe he has a plan we just can't see yet. I thought, this is strategy. He's building a following, saving his strength. I imagined a revolt, a miracle army, the blind made to see, now charging into battle. The broken healed, now ready to fight. A kingdom built on justice and power. But he just kept preaching, walking into towns and telling stories. Parables, metaphors. I'd sit there listening, thinking, what are we doing? He healed people, but he didn't heal the system. He fed the hungry, but he didn't confront the ones keeping them poor. He forgave enemies, even Romans, even the ones in power. And he kept telling us to do the same.
Turn the other cheek. Love your enemies. Bless those who curse you.
I didn't want to bless them. I wanted to see them fall. I got tired of waiting, tired of being poor, tired of sleeping in the dirt while the rich walked past us with golden guards. And the worst part? He didn't seem to care. Every time someone tried to crown him, he'd disappear. Every time we gained momentum, he pulled away. I started to wonder, does he even want to win? Does he see what Rome is doing? The way they treat us, the way they humiliate us. How could he talk about peace when we were being crushed? The others didn't ask those questions out loud. But I did, and every time I looked at him, I saw something I didn't want to admit. He was never going to fight back. I didn't wake up and decide to betray him. It wasn't some grand plan. I wasn't sitting in the dark, twirling coins, laughing. I believed in him. That's the part no one ever talks about. I believed, but I also believed he was wasting time, and people were dying while he told stories. So I thought, maybe he just needs a reason, a push. If they arrested him, he'd have to act. Call down fire, summon angels, reveal who he really was. No more hiding, no more riddles, just power. That's what I thought would happen. That's why I did it. I went to the priests. They were already planning something. I just gave them the moment. I didn't even ask for the money at first. But they offered 30 pieces of silver. I said yes. I told myself it was worth it. If it meant he'd finally rise up, if it meant the kingdom would begin. So I led them to the garden. It was dark, quiet. I remember the sound of the leaves, the way the torches flickered. The soldiers behind me, armored, ready. And there he was, alone, praying, like he knew. I walked up to him. I kissed him, and he looked at me. Not angry, not scared, just sad. He didn't run, didn't speak in thunder, didn't fight. He let them take him, like he wanted to go, and in that moment, everything inside me cracked. Because I realized I didn't force his hand. I just played right into it. He was always going to die, and I had helped it happen. I tried to give the money back, went straight to the temple, told them it was a mistake, told them I didn't want it. They laughed, told me it was done, said they had no use for it. Blood money. I threw it on the floor. The coins scattered everywhere. 30 pieces. That's what he was worth to them. That's what I traded him for. A life. For 30 coins. I didn't think it would end like that. I thought he'd escape, or turn the tables. I thought I was pushing him toward greatness, not the grave. But he didn't run, didn't resist. He just let it happen. And when they beat him, when they mocked him, I knew. This wasn't part of a plan. This was the plan. I couldn't eat. Food made me sick. I couldn't sleep. Closed my eyes and saw his face. His eyes. The way he looked at me in the garden. He wasn't surprised. That's what hurt the most. He knew. And he still called me friend. Everywhere I went, it followed me. The sound of the guards. The silence after the kiss. The weight of those coins. The others wouldn't speak to me. I couldn't blame them. What could I even say? What excuse could I give? I thought I was helping. But I helped them kill him. And I couldn't take that back. I couldn't face the others. Couldn't look them in the eye. Not Peter, not John, not even Thomas. And he doubted everything. I couldn't pray. The words wouldn't come. What do you say to God after you've handed him over? I sat alone. In the dark. Just me. And the weight. I kept replaying it. Over and over. The moment I kissed him. The way he looked at me. He knew. He knew what I was doing. And he still didn't stop me. That broke something in me. Because I thought I was helping, thought I was doing something right, a push in the right direction. I was wrong. So wrong. They say I was greedy, that I loved money more than him. But I didn't even want the silver. I threw it away. All of it. I would have burned it if it meant taking it back. People say I was evil, that I was the devil's puppet. But I wasn't. I was just lost, alone, confused. I believed in the wrong version of him, and when he didn't match that, I panicked. I broke something sacred, and I didn't know how to fix it. I was broken, And I didn't know how to come back from that. There's no parable for that. No miracle. No second chance in the story they told. So I disappeared. I don't need your forgiveness. I'm not asking for it. That's between you and God, not me. I just want you to know. I loved him too. Not perfectly, not the way John did, not the way Mary did, but I did. I followed him. I believed in him. I gave up everything to walk behind him. And maybe that's what makes this hurt so much. Not the betrayal, not the death, the love. Because I did love him, and I still destroyed him. Maybe you think I was evil, that I wanted to ruin it all, but it wasn't like that. I was scared, confused, tired of waiting, tired of hoping. I wanted answers, and I made a choice. A terrible one, but it was still a choice. Mine. That's the part they forget. That I wasn't just some shadow in a story. I was real. I was there. I was one of them. And in the end, I was left behind. My name is Judas, and I'm not who you think I am. Would you have done it differently? If this story moved you, if it made you see him, even for a moment, as more than a villain, then you're part of the mission. We're giving voices back to the ones history erased, the ones the world called sinners, traitors, monsters. But behind the names were people, and their stories deserve to be heard. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Not for fame, but for truth. Because every time someone joins, another forgotten voice rises again. Subscribe. Share this with someone who thinks they know the story. Thank you for listening. More voices are coming.